I have at least one crochet project that I will be doing at Houghton Lake, and oh my gosh, that would be a lovely vlog as well. Really interesting. And there's one on top. Hey friends, I'm Jessica from Berg's Nest Crochet and welcome back to another cozy crochet vlog. In today's video, we are going to be looking back on my week-long vacation at Houghton Lake, aka a crochetcation. I'm going to take you along with me as I worked on a couple of different crochet projects while spending some time with my family at the lake. It was a lovely week and I can't wait to share it with you. If you have not already, I'm working really hard to grow this channel and I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and also leave me a comment. And without further ado, let's get into the vlog. I don't even know what video this might end up being a part of, but I just wanted to take a little clip to show you guys what I'm doing with the yarn from my summer Berg box quarterly, and I will definitely come back and show you the finished product when it's all done and I can wear it as a cute little outfit. I will probably wear this as well next week. My husband and I will be going on a week-long vacay with my family. Very, very excited. We go to Houghton Lake, which is in kind of mid-Michigan, and it is a massive inland lake. I think it's the largest inland lake in Michigan, because obviously the Great Lakes are massive, massive. But Houghton Lake, you can see it from space. It's very large. And we've gone there every year, basically my entire life as a family. And the last couple years, last year Michael didn't come at all, just with his work schedule, we just couldn't swing it. And then even like the couple years before then, he would come up for like a couple of days, but that was really all we could manage. This year, we were able to work it out to where he actually is able to come for the full week. And so I'm very, very excited to have an entire week to rest, relax, be on the water, crochet, and spend time with my mom and dad, my sister, my niece and nephew, and of course my husband. And it's just gonna be a really, really lovely time. I have at least one crochet project that I will be doing at Houghton Lake, and oh my gosh, that would be a lovely vlog as well. What I'm going to be doing is a pattern test for Journey Chanel Designs. I am waiting on my yarn to arrive, but also just I'm very busy right now with getting the boxes out and everything. But as soon as all the boxes are finished and shipped and we go to Houghton Lake, that is gonna be my vacation project. The deadline to have it done is basically like the next week when we get back from Houghton Lake. So it's perfect because I have no doubt that I can finish that project within the week. And so that's gonna be what I work on. It's a top and it's like a V-neck, and the sleeves are big and drapey, and it's like a 3/4 sleeve kind of situation almost. Journey Chanel Designs, one of the reasons I absolutely love her patterns is not only are they very size inclusive, but also she just really has a knack for creating the most beautiful combination of textured stitches that are, it's just so unique. And I don't know, her style is it's very iconic. That's not the word I'm looking for. Why can I not think of the word that I'm looking for? Anyway, I've made several of her patterns in the past and really, really enjoyed them, and kind of tossed my name in the ring for this pattern test thinking, and it was like the day before she closed and chose her tester, so I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get picked. because she's probably already got her people chosen. Like, I'll just, you know, do this, throw my name in there for fun. And she actually picked me to pattern test. So I'm super excited to get to pattern test for her. And the yarn that I got is gorgeous. It should be here. I think tomorrow is the estimated day of delivery, which is really exciting because I just can't wait to get started on that project. And then the other project that I might bring some stuff with me, but I don't even know what I'm gonna do yet, is my best friend is having a baby boy, and her baby shower is next month. And I am not the only one in her life that crochets. She has a sister that is a fantastically talented knitter, and she has like 2 or 3 other people in her life that are crocheters. So this kid is going to have a closet, a room full of handmade stuff. I'm sure of it. I honestly should probably reach out to those people and say, hey, what are you guys making? Because I want to make sure there's a good variety. But the baby's nursery theme is like nature, the woods, that kind of, the mountains. And I'm sure there is just a plethora of gorgeous baby crochet patterns out there that would fit within that realm. So I have no idea what I want to make yet. I want to make some kind of clothing. I want to make probably a baby blanket. Gosh, there's just, oh, there's so many things that I could make, and I want to make it all. I want to make a closet full of things for this baby because it's my best friend's baby. But I don't know. One thing I was thinking about, and I'll just, if I can grab it, I will. A very, very lovely listener of the podcast that I co-host, the Crochet Baes, sent me this, I guess you'd technically call it vintage because it's older than 20 years, blanket pattern book. It's hardcover. She had 2 copies, and so she sent me one, which was so sweet and thoughtful, because I had mentioned in an episode that I'm trying to, like, I want to have more of a library of actual crochet books, because I have a lot of patterns that I've downloaded or printed, but I don't have a lot of actual crochet books, and I really like having kind of a little library of them. So she sent this to me, and I was kind of thinking, I'm pretty sure there's a whole section just on baby blankets. And yeah, there is. The Blessed Event, it's called. And I thought it would be cool because I haven't had a chance to make anything out of this book yet. I was thinking maybe this would be a great reason to kind of crack it open. So let's see, it starts on page 52. Page 52. Ooh. Okay, so there's this one, baby blue stripes. And obviously, like, I would probably change the colors. And honestly, if I was gonna make a blanket, I would probably want it to be kind of themed more around the nursery. Rocking horses. Like, this is so sweet and darling, but wouldn't really, you know, wouldn't really go with the theme. Baby's posies. Not really a boy pattern. Baby shells, very simple, which there's nothing wrong with simple, but if there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I'm a texture girly. I love when it looks a little complicated. Shells in the round, that's a pretty round blanket. Soft as a cloud, that one's pretty. Is that the last one? Oh, one more, candy ripples. Just like a nice ripple stitch blanket. So maybe, I feel like a lot of these lean more toward like baby girl, which obviously you could change the colors up and stuff, but I don't know that any of these are gonna be exactly what I'm looking for. I just saw when I opened up TikTok today, there was a video of a baby in one of those starfish crochet, like, have you guys seen those? It's obviously for little babies who aren't crawling or, you know, really doing too much yet, because you can't really move in it, and it's almost like a sleeper, like a sleeper sack or something. I don't know what the technical term for it would be, but you guys know it's got like a little starfish point for the head and points for the arms and points for the feet. And it's got little buttons and they just look like a little baby starfish. And I'm like, oh, that would be cute. That would be darling. So I don't know. There's a lot of ideas and it will be way too late for you to give me any suggestions by the time this video goes up. So, but if you have favorite baby patterns, I guess leave them anyway, because there's babies being born all the time. World keeps on turning.
A few moments later.
Another fun thing to note is while I was getting lunch, I realized that there was a package on the front porch, and this technically was not going to arrive until tomorrow, but it's already here. But it's the yarn for my pattern test that I was telling you guys about. So this is Willow Yarns, which I am fairly, well, I don't know, it has its own website, so maybe not. I was gonna say it's a Hirschner's brand, like one of their in-house brands. I ordered it from Hirschner's and I thought that was the case, but since it has its own website, maybe not. But they do carry it, obviously. So this is Willow Yarns Farmhouse Cotton. It is a DK 3-weight, 100% cotton, and this is in the color Verdigris. Are you kidding me? I'm obsessed with this kind of color, this like blue with a little hint of green. So I got 4 of these. I'm a little bit nervous that this is not gonna be enough, but I purchased the amount of yarn according to the pattern. And there's even a little extra here, yardage wise. So we should be good. I really hope there's enough, because if there's not, that means I will have to order more and wait for it to arrive. And I really want to finish this pattern test at Houghton Lake, so I won't be able to get more of this at Houghton Lake. So hopefully there's enough of it here. But anyway, the color is gorgeous. It is a nice and thin weight 3 cotton. It's very soft, not like a scratchy, stiff cotton. It's a very soft cotton. And so I'm very excited to get started on this project. I will probably end up caking these so that I can crochet with my spindle, but that is a project for another time. Right now, we are focused on the bandana. Hi, it's Wednesday and we are winding up some yarn. It's Winding Wednesday. And it's not, actually, I didn't plan that, but whatever. I have some cold brew that I made yesterday, 2 days ago, with my Nugget Ice Machine ice. It's like drinking it from a coffee shop, and I had some leftover plastic cups from a thing. Anyway, I showed you guys this yarn already, the Willow Yarns Farmhouse Cotton in Verdigris, and I'm winding it up so that I have it ready to go in cakes for our vacation to Houghton Lake. I like to crochet on a spindle, and this makes it so that I can do that. I've already wound one, as you can see, and this is an impressive amount of yarn. Like, it's a pretty decent cake, but obviously this is a large capacity winder. This big boy is industrial, okay? It can hold a lot of yarn, and it can go all the way out to the edge of this white piece. So as you can see, obviously we're not even close. So what I think I'm gonna do is, rather than wind up 4 individual small cakes, I think I'm gonna do 2 and 2 and make them a little bit bigger. I'm not gonna do a full factory knot. I'm not gonna do a full magic knot or anything. I just wanna tie them together enough so that they'll stay together for purposes of me winding them together as one, you know? And then when I get to that point, as I'm crocheting, I can separate them and do an actual magic knot, because I don't know where in the project I might need to cut my yarn, all that kind of stuff. So I don't wanna like make a nice beautiful cut only to then have it not make sense where it lands, you know? So anyway, enjoy some yarn winding content if you like. Okay, we're in. how far we get with once we finish this second one. It's possible we could even fit all 4 on this, but that might be a little too much. A lot of times when I've been crocheting with cotton, I've been crocheting with a weight 4 cotton that feels more like an acrylic weight 3, if that makes sense. But this is a true DK weight cotton, and I think it's the first time that I've really, not the first time that I've crocheted a DK weight yarn, but I think this might be the first time that I've crocheted, I think clothing for sure, with a true DK weight 100% cotton. So that's kind of interesting because it definitely feels like, having it run through my hands, it definitely feels really thin compared to what I normally use to make clothing. So I'm really excited, and this is a very soft, kind of silky cotton. So I think it's going to be something that'll be a little bit new, a little bit different, and I'm very, very excited because I love trying new things with crochet. Getting little snags now that I'm getting closer to the end here. One of my absolute favorite vlogs of Kelsey's from Passionate Kelsey is a more recent one she did where she saw how much yarn she could use up in a month. And every time she would finish off a skein of yarn, she would throw the paper label into a little bag. And then at the end of the month, she pulled out all the little papers and went over how much yarn she was able to use up. And using up yarn completely always makes me happy, so I guess just like watching someone else do it just really scratched an itch in my brain, and I was like, that is so satisfying. And I was like, oh, I could do a vlog like that. And then I realized, no, I couldn't. I wind all my yarn. And I know technically I could save the paper label in the center, like a lot of people suggest. I just don't like doing that. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just me being stubborn, or if it's, I'm not sure what the reason is. Maybe because I'm always like sticking it on and off of a spindle and I just don't want the paper to be in the way. Or it once again could just be that I'm stubborn. I don't know. But I never end up keeping the paper label. I toss it because I wind it and then I use the skein. So it would be, obviously I could still see like how many cakes I could use. I just wouldn't have the physical evidence like a paper label. My only evidence would be the lack of the skein or the cake existing, which is kind of silly because it's just not, I don't know, it's just not the same. Could still be fun to do a how much yarn can I get rid of in a month video though. I love a challenge, and she's really good at doing challenges, like how much blank can I make in one day, how much yarn can I use in a month, making everything this color. Like I love a good challenge video like that. So I'm seeing the size that we're kind of sitting at right now with the 2 skeins, and I think that's probably good. I think that will work. And I hope it doesn't, sometimes when yarn has a little bit of stretch to it, like acrylic, it winds up really, really nicely because that stretch allows it to kind of like be its own elastic to hold nice and tight as a cake. But when a yarn doesn't have a lot of stretch to it, like this cotton, it doesn't always necessarily fill in the gap of this hole. and you're left with a hole, which I don't love. I like when it compacts nice, but actually this is pretty firm. It's not collapsing in on itself at like the slightest bit of pressure. Typically when I wind my yarn, especially my acrylic yarn, I don't want to see any of these little gaps. That's why I'm not a big fan of the electric winders. A lot of people are doing like, you know, partnerships and promoting them on stuff, and that's fine if they like them. All the electric winders, the tension to me is not good. All these little gaps, it's understandable with cotton yarn, but you should not see gaps with acrylic yarn. That's what I think. Because the cakes just start to tend to fall apart. They're too loose. I want it to be solid. I don't want to be able to see any gaps. I want the tension nice and tight. This, see, it's kind of filling in on itself a little bit. This is as tight as you're gonna get for a cotton yarn that doesn't have a lot of stretch and elasticity to it. There's a $5 word for you. But this will just be a lot easier to pull out of my crochet bag at Houghton Lake and work with. And of course, you guys know, I love crocheting on a spindle. It is the elite crochet experience. And I'm gonna get started on this project in the car because we love a car crochet passenger princess. And because I don't have a flat, stable surface to set my spindle on, guess what I'm gonna use in my car? I will be using the Spring Crochet Berg Box Quarterly crochet tool item, which was my portable yarn wristlet, and I will be hanging this to a hook in my car. So this cake will sit on there nicely and I'll be able to crochet in the car. Yay! I love it. All right, let's keep going, winding the other two skeins. We're on the road. We're heading up to Houghton Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I spent the first, how long have we been on the road? Half hour? 45 minutes? Trying to pull up my stupid pattern test because the Gmail app hates me. Could not find the email with the link anywhere, but I finally found it. And now I'm getting myself set up. I have a 5mm hook. And this is where I've put my little travel yarn spindle. I didn't have a place to like hang it, so I basically just stuck it into the glove box. And it seems to be working, and obviously it, you know, spins nicely. So we're gonna get started on that. Got some green tea for the road. And it's a lovely day. We should be there. How much longer we got on the road, Michael?
Approximately 2 hours.
Approximately 2 hours. I have to do my gauge swatch, so that's what I'm gonna get started on. And we're just listening to podcasts and hanging out. Hopefully I meet Gage first time, spot on. That's what I'm hoping for. Let's see if we can do it. Update. Oh, I think I could actually set it here. I was thinking I wouldn't be able to record, but it's a nice flat surface actually. We're my mom and dad's car, so I feel like our dash is more curved. Anyway, here's where I'm at on my gauge swatch right now. I just started this super tall double treble row, which is really fun. This is very, we're bouncing a lot, so sorry about that. This is very foreign to me, I'm not gonna lie, because it's a very thin DK weight yarn, but I'm using a 5mm hook, and then on this double treble row, you actually switch to 5.5. So normally when I work with really thin yarn, I'm working with a smaller hook, and it's just a little gappy for me. So, but I'm not sure. We're gonna have to finish the gauge and measure and see if it's supposed to be that way, or if I need to make an adjustment to meet gauge. But either way, we've got a few more rows to go. It is really interesting looking, but that is what Journey Chanel Designs does really well is these row repeats of like really interesting stitches. That's kind of like her calling card, and I always love how her stuff looks, so I'm sure it will turn out great, but we're kind of in the trust the process part of the process. We've got about an hour and a half to go on the road. I think I can certainly finish my gauge by then. I don't think I'll be getting started on the actual project at all, because technically I'm supposed to block this before I even move on. So we're just gonna focus on trying to finish this. That's all.
Born, and then you were born. What day were you born? I was born December 21st, 19.
I brought my good camera. It is. Honestly, it's honestly like perfect. It's not hot, but it's not cold.
Oh, this is
Mommy, say hi.
Hi, Mommy. Yeah. So funny.
You can see all the rays coming through. All right, everybody wave.
Did you ever?
Michael's having a good time with his new VR headset. What were you gonna say?
Did you look at this?
Yeah.
So this is what. So it's like it's a big screen.
It's like a movie theater.
It's like a large. Yeah. It's like I can still see you a little bit.
Michael's playing on his VR, but I can watch what he's doing. There's so many screens right now. It's just like overwhelming, the amount of screens. Anyway, I am still getting in the hang of this whole vlogging thing, so I keep forgetting to take clips of things before I move on to the next thing. So I did finish my gauge swatch. I started frogging it, and then I was like, shoot, I should have taken a video clip. Where we ended up is I am gonna use my 5.5 instead of a 5 to meet gauge. I don't have the supplies to block it here, but just by like kind of stretching it with my hands, I could tell that if I had blocked it, it would most likely, everything would even out. I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm not thrilled with how gappy and lacy this is. I feel like if I were to have a slightly thicker yarn, or if I were able to modify the size. I can't, because I'm pattern testing specifically for the size that I chose. And I don't want to buy new yarn because I specifically purchased this yarn online for this project. So I'm not gonna go out and spend money on more yarn. Also, my options are limited where I'm at, even if I were to decide I wanted to do that. So my only options really are to size up the hook, which results in it being a little more lacy and gappy, which if I had my own choices to make and I wasn't limited to the size that I'm currently doing, I would just make a larger size and use the smaller hook so that it would kind of end up evening out, but that's not really an option. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the 5.5 hook, and this might just turn out a little more gappy and the stitches might not be quite as defined as I would like them to be, and that's a bummer for me. But sometimes once you kind of start working it up and you get, you know, several repeats in there, it starts to kind of even out and look nice anyway. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get started with that right now. Alright guys, we just finished the live and I finished one complete row repeat. This is rows 1 through 9. It's actually looking better than I was thinking. I'm very pleasantly surprised with the look of it. It's not super holey or gappy, and so really excited about that. And I'm just gonna, I ended the live because everybody's here now, so it's a little just, you know, like it's annoying for me to be live basically. So I'm gonna keep working on this and keep adding some row repeats, and I'll keep you guys updated on how it's looking. It is evening now. I have been working on this project on and off throughout the day, and we've made pretty good progress. There's a 9 row repeat that we are repeating twice. Well, yeah, we do it the first time and then do it 2 more times. And I'm currently on the last, or the third, I guess, repeat. And honestly, it's looking better than I thought it would. So I'm very pleased with that. And I would love to finish the last repeat today, if I can. We all had dinner here tonight. We had some ribs. We got some ribs from the market that's just around the corner from the house, and that was really tasty. And I think a few of the fam went out for a boat ride before it got dark out, and I think we're gonna have a bonfire tonight and make some s'mores. So we will definitely be pressing pause on this to have a little bonfire this evening at some point, and then we'll keep working on this. Good morning. It is a gorgeous morning. Michael and I woke up more about the time that we normally do, more around 7 a.m. You can tell I just woke up because of my voice. But I decided to come out here on the sun porch and crochet a little bit while it's quiet. And it's cool, but the sun is up, the birds are chirping, and it's just, I did not quite finish the repeats last night. I stopped 1 row short. I almost made it, but I just was getting really tired, and Michael had already gone to sleep and I wanted to go to sleep too, so I did. But we're gonna finish that this morning and then keep going on the pattern.
Hello. I don't think I took any clips yesterday. Can I set this here? It's just so low. Is it high enough if I set it right here? It's still not really high enough. I should have brought my little tripod, but I didn't. Anyway, hello. It is now Wednesday. I don't think I took a single clip yesterday because we were just vibing. We were hanging out. We did spend some time down at the beach, got in the water a little bit. It was hot and it was sunny. Today, it is cloudy, it is rainy, and it is cool. So we are taking advantage of the coolness out on the sun porch, and we are working on projects. I did make some progress on the pattern test for the peekaboo blouse. I got 2 panels. The first 2 panels basically complete. I got them up to the point where you're supposed to block them. Me personally, I normally skip blocking because I'm like, it's fine. But I want to follow this pattern test pretty much to the letter because I do feel that is my obligation as a pattern tester. And B, this is an instance where we really do need to block it. So I ended up ordering the supplies on Amazon and was pleasantly surprised that I could get 1-day shipping here. I didn't really think, because we're kind of like, we're not out in the middle of nowhere, but kind of a little bit, you know? So I was surprised that I could get it the next day. But I did indeed receive it earlier today, which was perfect because I was able to block those 2 panels, and they're almost basically dry already. I didn't fully get them like all the way wet. I just kind of sprayed them with some water, and they did stretch. They did stretch quite a bit. I'll show you in just a minute. But while I'm waiting for them to fully dry, I am going to start on the other project that I brought with me, and I'll just work on this just long enough until my panels are dry, and then I can work on them. But this is the other yarn that I brought. This is from Mary Maxim, and actually my sister found this. Was it a thrift store or a garage sale? Garage sale. Big bag of these DK Mellow Spun yarn. It's 50% acrylic, 50% nylon, and they're super soft. And actually she bought me 2 of those. One is like a burgundy color, and this one is like a cream. It's almost got a little bit of pink tones to it, but I think it's gonna be fine. We are going to make a star sleeper out of this. I have been seeing these on my feed, both Instagram and TikTok. I've been seeing people making these like for a little baby, and one of the star points is for the head, and it's like a little hood, and then there's 2 for the arms, 2 for the legs, obviously for like a little baby, you know, not a baby that's trying to walk around or crawl around. And it's just super cute. It's just cute, and it's also really nice if you're like needing to really have the baby be nice and bundled up. And since this baby is due in September, you know, I think it'll be good for the winter. So we're gonna be making it out of this yarn, and I pulled my first out. It's actually like a little donut shape, but it's gotten a little bit misshapen in the package over the years, but I think this will fit on my spindle, and we're just gonna work on this for, I don't know, a few hours, see how far we get, and then once my panels are dry, we'll get back to them. But that's the update. I will show you what my yarn is looking like on the blocking board. I'm happy that I have a blocking board now because I haven't had one for the longest time. I've just kind of either not blocked or gotten creative with it, but now I have like a nice set that I can use from here on out. And with as much as I make clothing, it like I should have had one a long time ago. So that's all. Michael. Hi. Okay. So here's what my blocking is looking like so far. This is, it almost looks on the camera like it's wavy, but it's the shadows from these. Like I said, it's just very slightly damp at this point. But hey, this stretched way bigger than it originally was. And I actually have 3 more of these pieces. So it's 9 by 9 total, which is a pretty decent size. If I was blocking like an entire sweater or something, I think I could fit pretty much any project on here, but I could always buy a second set if I did something really large, like a full dress that needed to be blocked or something. But yeah, these stitches look really nice when they're pulled tight. And I layered both panels. So I had to make 2 panels of the exact same size. So they're both on here. There's one underneath and then there's one on top. That way I'm, you know, certain that they're getting blocked to the exact same size. And it's pretty darn square. Obviously it's not like 100% perfect, but I think for our purposes it's going to be just fine. In the 5th row, change the color of the yarn. No thanks. I think this pattern was definitely translated from another language because,
Yeah.
like, it's not a problem, but it's just like they're saying crochet 1 loop, which I think that means a chain. But like, the way that they word some things is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so this kind of pentagon shape is the first part of this pattern, and we are done with this part. We're at the point where we're going to move on to adding the legs and the hood and the arms and stuff. So we're going to fasten off, and then we have to make a second one of these so that we have one for the front of the piece and one for the back of the piece.
Guys, I need help.
Only reason I can sing that lower harmony is because I'm congested.
It's a little bit higher, but
We all just picked a different one.
It's over, right?
Put it on again.
Yeah.
Up my eyes and
Do it again, please.
who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. Holy, there is no eating a s'more with a Reese's cup the way God intended.
Okay. That's not,
I'm so glad I caught that on video.
that was unfortunate.
Yep.
That was gonna land right into. Okay. Oh, well, I need another one now. I'll take a half one. Yeah, they created them wrong. So they created a big one.
Very good.
Come on. You know what?
How are you on
Honestly.
film?
See, if we had the little ones with just the close forks, where you can put it, stick it like that. You can put the.
You need a plate, my guy. Would you like assistance? Don't burn your hand on the.
I will try really hard not. We'll see what happens. Can't make any problem.
If you drop a second one, it's gonna be really upsetting.
Oh, you got it. Yes.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Nasty marshmallow.
Rip it in half. That's what we've been doing.
Just whatever.
Oh, so sweet.
If I had a plate.
He's like, yeah, you gonna finish that?
You want help? I don't know.
It's hard without a plate. When you're an Eagle Scout. Alright everyone, we are now at the point where we are connecting the shoulder panels. I have stitched the back part together because this kind of creates like a little V cut on the back, and then it will do the same on the front but not quite as low. So I've marked it where it needs to be, and I'm going to sew these two sides together down the back. These are the armholes here that are gonna obviously stay open for the sleeve. And then once we get this back part sewn together, we will measure and sew the front panels together, and then this will be a V-neck on the front as well. So let's get to sewing. Okay, we've tried this on before. I wanted to make sure that the placement of where we're gonna stitch the front panel is good, but also I just wanted to get a general sense for the fit. I have to stitch down the front now, but I like where it's hitting, and I really like the length of the sleeves and everything. It fits really well. I was nervous that I was gonna try it on and it was gonna not fit at all. And then same thing on the back. We already stitched across the back. And then I think I'm going to block it again to try and get it a little bit longer because it's sitting up a little higher than technically it should. But I do think that blocking will fix that, hopefully. So let's do this part next. No. Okay, I just wrapped up a live. Kind of a long live, longer than I was planning on. But it's just been very miraculously quiet here this afternoon. I've been working on the starfish sleeper pattern, and I finished both pentagons and the first little star point. So I decided I would go live until I finished that little point, which I did, and it looks really weird right now, but we have to add on all the other ones, and then it of course will make sense at that point. Reason I moved back to that pattern is because I have had the main pattern, the peekaboo blouse, blocked and drying for a second round of blocking. And here's what it's looking like. I did just fully use the wrinkle release spray this time, and I do think, I don't know, I think I just got it more wet than I did last time because it did seem to stretch a lot better. And maybe that's because of what I used. Maybe that's because I just applied more liquid than last time. Or maybe it's because it's already been blocked once, so it's like ready to stretch more. I don't know. But this is, according to the pattern, the width that this whole thing is supposed to be. The yarn was a little sticky after spraying it with the wrinkle release spray, so I was worried. It feels pretty soft now, and obviously I'm gonna wash the whole thing once it's done, but I was worried it was gonna feel sticky to work with. It might be just a tiny bit tacky. I'm having a hard time feeling. I'm trying to feel the layer underneath to see if this is dry too. It feels pretty dry. The top is definitely dry. I just don't know if the bottom is fully dry. But I did put a lot of pins into this thing. I put a lot of these little straight pins as well. It's harder to see them on camera, but basically any of the gaps where it was pulling, I went through and added pins on. But I think I did not get the like taking it off of the mat on camera last time. I forgot to record. I'm like trying to feel where the stitches are a little more thick underneath this second layer. Yeah, I think it's good. All right, well, let's go ahead and take these pins off. I'm not expecting it to stay fully. I know it's gonna kind of pull back to a certain degree, but last time this did work very well. Camera. Try not to stab myself. Okay. It held its shape pretty darn well. And now the next step is to work along this edge and kind of get that first row going, which is going to be tricky because we have to work evenly into all these different types of stitches, and then that's going to be kind of like the foundation row that will build the rest of the body of the shirt off of. So I'm going to get all these pins put away. I don't know if I'm going to keep crocheting right this second because I have been crocheting without a break for a while, but I at least want to get that foundation row started today so that I can just kind of rock and roll for the rest of this, and the rest of the pattern doesn't really take too much thought. We can just do the repeats once we get going. But it's going to be that first row that's going to take some brain power to get it all even.
I just finished this today, tried it on for the first time, totally finished, except for a couple little ends left to weave in. And I have not blocked this lower portion. I was thinking I was gonna need to block this to get it long and then also add several more rows after the pattern test is done, because I was convinced that this was gonna be like sitting up here. But it's actually a really nice length. I think once I block it, it'll sit at like a really nice spot, although I truly don't mind where it is right now. I would like to wash it too, because like the sleeves I think will be a little, I mean they're pretty drapey, but I think they'll be a little more drapey. In the picture that she did for the pattern, the one that she's wearing, she did a little drawstring here. It's not actually part of the pattern, it's just something that she did. I don't think I'm going to do that. I was thinking I'd need / want a little bit of cinching, but it actually sits, like it's not a huge, you know, the bottom part isn't like really flowy to the point where you'd, like there already is kind of a natural drawing in at the waist. Holy smokes, you guys. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I'm currently 2 for 2 on pattern tests going the way that I actually wanted them to go and actually being really happy with how they turned out. Hi. The baby shower is today. I have finished the star sleeper, buttons and all, and I want to show it to you guys. I'm just about to wrap it up. When it's wrapped up, it does indeed look like a Crunchwrap Supreme, which I think is an added bonus. Anyway, so this is the little hood, and then you've got your arms with the buttons, and this is what it looks like when it's all open. The theme of the nursery is like mountains, trees, nature, and so I designed some buttons that have a little mountainscape with some stars and a moon. Tell me if you guys think I should add them to my website, because, you know, like I designed them and they're designed now and I think they would be super cute for multiple projects. But anyway, this is the darling little sleeper. So obviously it unbuttons, it opens, and that's how you use it. So this is going to be going to the baby shower with me today. I'm leaving soon and I can't wait for her to open it. Thank you so much for watching this vlog today. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope maybe you were able to work on a project or get some work done while you watched today's vlog. Obviously I showed you what I was working on, and now I'd love to hear what you are working on. So if you've got a project on your hook right now, please let me know in the comments what you're working on. I genuinely love to hear what people's projects are. It just gets me super excited and inspired. If you want some more cozy crochet time, there are a couple more vlogs that you can watch. Obviously I'm just getting started out, so I don't have a huge catalog yet, but I do have a few other videos that you can kind of binge and enjoy as you continue crocheting, so make sure to check those out. And of course, hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss new videos. I am uploading weekly. I haven't really settled on a specific day of the week yet, but I am aiming to upload a new video every single week, so hit subscribe so you don't miss any of them. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and thanks for hanging out. Bye.